Hi, Stan at the Honey Company, and today we're doing a cutout. We're going to leave this cutout here. So Aria is going to take up beekeeping.
Yay.
Yeah, we've got some equipment ready. We have a bunch of frames that have dowels in between them. So we're going to sandwich the comb as we cut it out in between these frames, and or we have some frames that are just empty foundation.
Pre-cut.
So we can put the comb in these, and then we'll use rubber bands to fasten the comb in until the bees can get it stuck inside the frame. We've got some tools for demolition. We got hammers and cat's claws and pry bars. So I've got a hive tool, and I cut the square end off into an angle. So today we'd likely find a use for more of a knife than a hive tool.
So we can see that the bees are coming in and out right there from the eave of the house. Making a triangular platform so that he has something to stand on and so he won't die.
You know, most people my age have quit climbing trees to catch swarms of bees, but I'm not ready to quit yet. We're going to get those bees out of there. It's important when you're doing cutouts or building cathedrals, or you got to have the proper scaffolding, right?
Yeah.
So here at first glance, as we look in, I can see some comb. We'll see if we can get to it. All right, let me clean up some of this mess. Looked like there's been mice and nests and birds and I don't know what else right there. Let's put this here. This is where we're going to make all our sticky stuff. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take this frame, right? See, we've got one dowel here. You're going to set the bottom dowel down like this, and you're going to place the comb in it.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Once the comb's in it, now there might be bees. There's going to be bees crawling on. Then you're going to do this. You'll put this over the top of it, and you'll squish that down in. And then you put the dowel back in. Then once you've got that squished in there and it's nice and straight in there, then you start placing them in the box.
Okay.
Is there any honey in it?
Aria.
Take that comb from me.
There's
something.
There's a little pollen. Can I see it?
Oh my
I
goodness.
dropped the hive tool. Okay. I'm going to retrieve the.
Sometimes.
Here's what I like to do. Yeah, that's perfect. I put it just a little bit over, and then all right. Now put that down. Then.
And it's going to smash it a little bit.
Is that okay if it smashes it?
Yeah.
The bees will repair it.
Line it up with that other one. Squish it down in there, and then we got to move it the other way. Okay, you got it? Now we put it back. All right, now squish it in there a little bit. Squish it down in there. Okay, good. Perfect. All right. Put that in, make sure this is right in the middle. Move this in a little bit there. Yeah, okay. Right. I don't know yet. Just a few bees on there, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
I said. Oh,
Does he need the stings?
Yeah, he doesn't. He gets stung pretty much every day. I mean, not immune because it just always hurts, but you just kind of get used to it, I guess. Is that true, Stan?
That's about right. It always hurts the same, but it surprises you less and less.
It surprises you less and
expected.
less. You're just like, I just know it's coming.
Well,
I understand.
I don't know where all the bees are. There's got to be more bees in here than that. We haven't got into any bees yet.
I know, and we can see them flying, so we know that they're there. As long as they're like kind of straight up and down, the bees will fix it and make it one comb. Try to straighten that out so that they're both kind of centered, E, so that she has less trouble later.
So we're duct taping the hive tool on the end of this stick so I can have a little more reach. Maybe I'll be able to get back up in there far. So we haven't got into any brood yet. I have no idea where the queen would be. And I'm getting a little bit discouraged. This has been easy so far, but there's not a lot of bees in there. I don't know where the bees are. All right, here we go again. I'm going to get up there and cut some more out. Ready?
Okay, look how high up he is. So here's the ground. There's a staircase and it's way up high. Well, can you pull the board that you're touching right now, the face board?
This one?
Because they're in that space right there.
Cut all the nails off of the sheathing,
Yeah.
and then we can get into the real hive.
Yeah, that's where the hive is. So we think that's the super of the hive, that the actual bees, like where all the brood and the queen and everything are in the sort of the structure underneath. Let's see if I could point, like in this structure right here that he's not quite up into. He's like above that in sort of the super. He needs to get below to find the actual bees.
Honey Company's back on the job today. We're going to try and finish this cutout. I got a whole bunch of stuff on the truck. We've got ladders, we've got planking, we've got scaffolding. You never know what to encounter when you're doing a cutout. So we came prepared for whatever.
Remember, the bees are in the eave up there. They set up the scaffolding so they would have something to stand on as they cut open the face of the roof. They did a good job. All right, he's climbing up to the top of the roof so he can get
I decided to take the fast way down. Don't try to catch me.
No, I won't.
The roof is hot. That's the trouble. I was thinking I needed to take out these screws, which, well, maybe I only got one of them. The other ones are on the edge. Might be easier to get those from here. Let's do that. Oh, watch those screws. All right, so far the bees haven't been too concerned with what we're doing. We got the scaffolding up, and we've got, we're ready to cut the fascia away from the roof. So this vibration from the saw is likely to make the bees a little mad. I put some smoke in them first. The bees have been pre-smoked. And so, but anyway, it's time to get our suits on, and then we'll take the fascia out, and then we're gonna get the crew ready for me to send down some pieces of comb just like we did before. All right? So I got a whole bunch more dowels, so a little promotional here in the middle of the video for my middle bar frame. It seems to be working better than the rubber band, so we're going to use middle bar frames to support the comb in the inside the frame. Excuse me, I'm allergic to bees. Just kidding, that's just a joke. So the comb in here, the space that the bees have got to build in, is only going to be about 6 inches. So we're gonna, it'll probably be a foot and a half long. So we're gonna cut it in half, and we're gonna put it in the comb this way instead of this way. Right? So we'll change it from horizontal to vertical. We can put 1, 2, 3 pieces in. We need a bucket for honey that we can just eat now. We're gonna crush and strain some honey. That'll be good for us now. We don't want to put all of the honey that we take out of here back in the hive. It'll just make a big sticky mess and kill a lot of bees. So we're gonna harvest some honey right now. Then we're also gonna have a pile of comb that just goes in the melter. It's just discarded. It's comb from previous years. It's dark. It's old, and we don't need that. We don't need it all right now in this. So anything with brood in it, that we're gonna make sure we put in a frame and put it back in the hive. We're gonna set up 2 hives. One hive with the queen, we're going to move her away. And the other hive we're going to put right on top of the roof, just above where their entrance is. And so all the returning foragers today and any bees that get left behind after they get their sticky cleaned up, they can come up and move into the hive right up above the roof. So we can use that colony, we can requeen it, put another queen with it. We can let them make their own queen if we have some brood in there that has eggs in it. So we're setting up 2 hives really, essentially. Now in this other one we want some eggs so that they can raise a new queen, right? So they need day-old larvae because if it's older than that, then they can't raise a queen yet. They have to start feeding it the royal jelly when it's a day old, or else it won't develop into a queen.
How do you tell?
So the day-old larva is as small as you can see. So it's not much bigger than an egg. So if we put eggs in there, then we know that in the next couple of days there's going to be day-old larvae, right? So we just make we got some eggs in the second hive. We're almost ready to cut the fascia piece off of this. I'm looking at the bees right now. You can see where they've propolized the fascia to the tongue and groove stuff underneath. There's propolis there, up to here anyway. So we don't know how far up there they go, but we're about to find out. We're going to cut the nails and remove this piece. All right, we're going to smoke the bees. Give them a little warning that something's coming up. Mad bees chasing you around is one thing, but mad bees chasing you around while you're 2 stories up on some scaffolding and a ladder is another.
The bees get kind of bugged by the vibrations of the sawzall, which is what he's going to use next to cut off the board that's covering their hive. Those bees are mad. They do not like those vibrations. Maybe that's a useful tip, is that bees don't like vibrations, and so we need to put them in areas that avoid vibrations in general. You know, when they're not in the eave of the house, we can put our bee hives away from like tractors and lawnmowers and you know, other construction materials. So I guess the thing to say is that the easiest way to get bees to stay in the hive is to split the hive before they swarm. And the second easiest way is to catch a swarm. And then the hardest way is to do a cutout once they've established a colony in some kind of construction project. Oh!
All right, we got it. We're in business.
I guess it is July 1st, right?
All right, crew, here comes some more. There's some more empty comb.
Or like a 5-gallon bucket or like a big kitchen bowl or something that drippy honey that can go in. So we want it to be clean. Thank you.
This barbecue handle, barbecue hamburger flipper works pretty good.
I made a wax ball.
All right, now. A Beeswax would be really handy about now, but we don't have one. All right, now, here comes, this has got a little bit of honey in it. Whoa, 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 okay. This one's got a lot of honey in it.
Okay, we're not quite ready for it.
Oh. Get ready. I gotta move it down anyway, so it's coming. It's dripping honey everywhere.
Okay, get ready.
All right, we're getting there. Yeah, we're way back in there now. All right, this was all, oh, it's all a bunch of honey there. Keep watching for the queen. Oh, look out! Ooh, almost got you. That was a hive tool. We almost got the work crew with a hive tool. We're gonna need our hard hat helmets on. Looking for the queen bee. Okay, that one's mostly honey. Okay, more honey. Almost got her done. I haven't seen the queen yet. We need to top this cutout off in good style by finding the queen bee. We'll get all the comb out, then we'll be able to look at all these little clumps of bees hanging out and see if we can find her. Just a couple more chunks here. We got, I'd say we're done.
Is this a normal amount of bees?
Yeah, it's a normal, mature, established hive. So it would be nice if we could orient the cell direction the same. So if you looked at a cross section of the comb like this, they're angling those cells up. You can see where we've cut this comb in half, and you can see that the cells are angled up on each side. The middle, from the middle, they go up about 15 degrees. So that's to keep the honey from running out. That's one reason they do it. So anyway, if we tipped the comb a different direction, the bees wouldn't necessarily like it, but they'll still use it. So what we can do is rather than put the comb in this direction with the hive, we're going to tip it this way and we'll get away with it.
So you can fit more in each frame?
Yeah. So the idea is that now we can fit more in each frame. So you can cut the frames like this to fit in there and then put them in. So we can get 1, 2, 3 pieces like that in there, okay? We've got some really long combs anyway, so we're going to end up cutting them anyway. So we'll do it this way. This is just mostly honey. So we could use this. We could eat this if you want to put this in a bucket, and we can.
This is the eating bucket.
Yeah. So some of this we want to save for the bees. Let's throw that piece in there. All right. So anything that's too small, anything that's a little bit too small that has honey and it's reasonably clean, we'll put it in that. We'll crush and strain that. That'll be some honey for us to eat. And then the other pieces that are big that fit just in the frame just right, we'll do that. All right. There's your knife to cut it with. All right. I'm going back up.
Okay.
Yeah, I took the stuff that
was empty and
the
then
yucky stuff.
The empty
All right.
comb.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Let me get this going.
You show us your comb lollipop again.
Now,
He's going to hand you another
this has some
comb.
bees, but no honey in it. Just shake those bees into the box. Shake them into the bottom box. Yeah.
And does that go in the wax melting pot?
And then put it in the wax surplus. Yeah.
So that bin.
Oh, they're swarming. You're getting mad.
Down this way. And then slightly turn down this way, and we'll pretty much head north to south. So maybe there's something to it. It would be shake the bees in there and then put that in the either honey. You might have to cut a piece off. If there's honey in it, cut it off. Throw the rest, the empty comb in the other box.
We continued sorting the frames, placing brood into middle bar frames and sorting out honey and empty wax comb until all of the combs from the colony were in the hive. We split up the resources into 2 colonies so that each one had brood, honey, and pollen, and placed one in a field about a mile away, and then the other we placed on the roof of the house so that returning foragers could drift into their own colony. So the queen was in the one that we moved, and the other one has eggs so that they could raise a new queen. They also closed up the structure of the home so that the fascia is back on the roof and made it ready for the homeowners to use again.
Bees have been moved maybe a mile away, not quite, from the house, and set up on a milk crate stand that works good for a hive stand. Why not? So we're going to check and see if the queen's in here. Last time we looked in here, the hive was just in pieces all apart, and we weren't sure where the queen was. We didn't find her, but we are seeing larvae in here. I hope we're going to check for larvae and eggs right now and see if we can find the queen. Most of the bees from the cutout ended up in here, even though this hive was down on the deck and the other hive was up on the roof right above the old entrance. But I think we got the queen as we were cutting comb out. I'm saying that because most of the bees went down here. There's not a lot of bees in the top here. They've started to stick some things down. All the rubber bands are still on the comb. This was the comb that we cut out on the first occasion. They're starting to stick it down. They haven't chewed rubber bands off of these yet. Some of the comb in there is flopped over and the bees have stuck it next to the comb next to it. So we're going to rearrange a little bit of that just so it stays right in the middle. All right, not much going on up here yet. So let's go straight for the bottom box. There's lots of bees down here. It looks like there's quite a bit of activity. So they're all on this side, so maybe the queen's over there. So I'll start over on this side, take a frame out.
Look how they've attached that.
Yeah, they stuck this down good from the top, and they're building some more comb down here off the bottom of it.
How come they're building such dark wax down there, though?
They're recycling some of the wax.
Oh, okay.
Rather than brand new wax. So there's pieces like that from the cutout that they've moved around. Some of this is new wax here. You can see where they're sticking it to the top bar.
Getcha?
Yeah, they're getting mad at me. I might have to put my gloves on. They remember me from earlier. All right, they're a little bit upset about us getting in here. I'm gonna go put my gloves on, and we'll come back. So I was hoping they'd be a little nicer. If they're nice, that may be a sign that they're queen right. So, but we won't give up yet. Be right back. Looks like we're lucky. So there's worker cells here with some larvae in it and newly capped over cells. So remember, we cut the comb out and we turned it a quarter of a turn up, and it didn't hurt a thing. They're using these cells. Bees have emerged from them. Now they're filling them up again. So that's great news. Looks like we got the queen in here. Yeah, they're not building exactly in the middle, they're building on the edge. So if I cut that and moved it over, I don't know if I can do more good than I am going to do damage. Maybe that's a little better. Now is the time to straighten things out, though, if there's a problem. So this comb is in there pretty straight. There should be eggs. We should be seeing some eggs in these. This is all new comb they built down here. And there is, yep. So there's eggs in there, and there's a day or two old larvae in this spot where they built new comb. So here's the old comb here. And they built new comb down from here, and there's eggs and larvae in there. Get a picture. So here you can tell where the comb was oriented this way, and we cut it out and turned it up a quarter of a turn. So they've attached it to the top bar and are working on it. There's new eggs and larvae in there where the old is hatched out. maybe we'll rearrange this one a little bit. In the hurried frenzy of cutting things out and trying to get it done, sometimes it doesn't always go in exactly straight, so maybe I'll move this over just a little bit. That'll make it easier next time we get in the hive.
Or next time Aria does. This is Aria's hive,
Yeah.
and we're helping with it today. We're gonna turn her loose probably after this to, beekeep on her own with her mom and family, but we'll help her get started so it's nice and in line, so it's easier for her later.
We know she's in here. We don't have to find her, but after all that work, sure would be nice to see the queen bee.
Oh, look at how they're festooning there. Can we get? They're just hanging out there. Hey!
Okay.
Good, how are you?
Next door.
Welcome. Well, Stan's been going through your combs, and if they're off, he's been straightening them out, and we're trying to find the queen so we can show on the video that she's there. But we do see eggs, new eggs and larvae, and so we know she's in there because we have evidence of her, but we want to see her. It'd be cool to see her for the video conclusion, and so you guys can see what she looks like too. And
We were trying last time.
yeah, it's hard to find her sometimes, but she's sneaky. Do you want to come over and help him, Aria?
Yeah, come over here. We're trying to put together a video conclusion of the whole cutout thing. We're looking for the queen bee now, so tell us, Aria and Janae, did you find the queen when you were looking in here before?
No.
Okay, but we saw the sign. What kind of signs did you see there that might indicate we've got the queen for sure?
We found young larvae.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing right now. If we look on this frame right here, we can see in there's larvae that's being capped over. And the larvae in there is anywhere from eggs to 5 days old. So that makes sense that if we got the queen in there, that she kept laying, then we would have that age of larva about this point. So I'm just gonna go over these and see if we can find the queen for sure. We know she's in there for sure, but it's kind of nice to see the queen. It's easier to find her if you know what color she is. We can tell by the workers and the drones. Maybe we can tell what color the queen bee is. So we're seeing some really dark colored drones. That means she was probably mated with some carniolans. Can you hold that one there, Aria, and I'll get this bee off of my neck, and then I'll be right back.
It seems like that's the maddest they'll ever be.
Yeah.
We're doing
When we moved him out here, there were some really mad bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That first move was an experience.
Yeah,
I'll
these
say that.
Yeah.
are a little less gentle than some other hives we've worked on, but bees range in temperament, out of every 10 colonies, you'll have one that's mad, one that's really nice, and the rest are kind of in the middle. This kind of runs more on the more aggressive side.
Yeah, I had them chasing me in the truck, and
I guess we do have
it's like, I don't know.
There she is. Okay, that's great news. That means we know we got the queen. You can see pollen on some of their legs. Can you see that, Aria?
Yeah.
Well, they just went in now. But they'll storing some pollen right there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's a nice big queen. I don't know how we missed her the first time.
Right?
She's pretty obvious, yeah. That's a good, healthy,
They must have been
good-looking
hiding
queen.
her.
Yeah. Be a little easier to find her next time.
Yeah.
So what is your YouTube channel? Because people might hop on over and watch your videos too.
Just shepherd grown.
Shepherd Grown? Okay. So if you want to see more from Aria, then you can look at Shepherd Grown on YouTube and find more on her adventures. Probably more than just beekeeping, right? All of your
Mostly
farm
about the
life.
farm, but
Yeah, farm
the
life
kids
and
lead it. So.
awesome. Kid-led farm kind of videos. That's fun for people to watch.
I think it's amazing how they filled it in so quickly.
I know. They started with just one or two or three pieces and they made a full comb out of it.
Right now, I'm just kind of adjusting this. They started on the edge of the frame here to build some new comb down and attach the rest of it all together. So one reason we put a chamfer on some of our or a starter strip in the groove is so that the bees will build in the middle. We want them to build in the middle of the frame. So I'm going to just move that over a little bit so it makes it easier next time you get in here. You can get them out without smashing bees and smashing comb. It'll be a lot easier to get it out now that I've pushed it over into the middle there. So go ahead and put that one back in now. I think that's the one with the queen on it. So set it down in there gently. After all this trouble.
You don't want to smash her.
You don't want to smash the queen now. Yep. That's good. Okay. Now just slide it over to the next one. That's good.
So go straight down, straight up, because if you go at an angle, then you can rake across other bees and like smash them.
Okay, I just cut that one off the top where they're sticking it down. Just push it over. You can feel the wax. It'll give a little bit, and push it over, maybe just a little bit past, so because it's going to bounce back a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
Yep. And you know, in future, if you want, you can get frames with foundation, the plastic that just holds them in the center. Yeah, since this was a cutout, we didn't want to waste all the comb they already built, so we put it in this kind of frames. But it's okay to mix and match this style with the foundation style.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's move that one over. Okay.
I did notice on our first one, I was like, putting that last one back in
It's tight.
was tight.
Yeah.
We don't want too big of a gap somewhere else, or the bees will build their own comb there. And they're more likely to build right in the center if they're evenly spaced. So that looks pretty good there. All right. Now, let's put the other box back on. You want to do it? Try picking that box up. I just lifted it. It's not so heavy. So you got to learn how to disassemble a hive and reassemble it when you're done. So, there you go. I set it down on its end there so I wouldn't smash a lot of bees.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Good job.
Real good now.
Gently. Nope. Not even it out.
Slide it over where you, there we go. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, there's lots more bees in here. So I just set it on a corner like this, and then I kind of wiggle it a little. I move it like this, slowly set it down so it doesn't smash bees when you put it down. When we got up here, the lid was off a little bit. So make sure you put the lid on straight. There was a little bit of gap here, and these bees were coming out this side. So let's put the lid back on, and note which way the upper entrance is. So we'll put that going forward too.
And there's not a lot of propolis on that. Should they put a rock or something in case of wind? Or
Yeah, it might have
wondered
got windy
about
there
that.
going off because they haven't really stuck it down. So your entrance is back here now. See on the hive? There's your front end. So turn that around the other way. There you go.
And then you don't have to do it now, but in the future when there's a ton of bees, you can use that wiggling trick to put the lid back on.
So see there, you need to put it on there straight. So it's on, yeah, there you go. Okay, now you got it. Yeah, if we've got a rock, here's a rock right here. That might be heavy enough. Perfect, put down, that'll help keep the wind up. So forward from here, we're at mid-July, and we've checked, we found the queen, she's in good shape. We've got a super on, they've got plenty of space for now, and so I would at least once every couple of weeks come out and see how much progress they're making. All right, so first day was just to basically see what kind of tools, equipment, how difficult it's going to be to get the bee out of the structure. And so we opened up part of the roof, part of the fascia we removed, and discovered that the bulk of the hive was in another place. So we had to come back another day. Then we set up the scaffolding, and we got where we needed to be, and took us about 7 hours to cut this thing out of the house. So that includes setting up the scaffolding though. So anyway, we got them out of there and moved the hive to a new location. We have the other hive that is in a different place, and I gave them a queen cell. So we know now that the queen's in this one. The other one will have a new cell in it that's going to emerge today, and then we can move that here. So we made 2 hives out of 1 hive. Thanks for coming along again with the Honey Company and a really fun cutout in Fairview, Utah. So if you want to watch some more videos from the Honey Company and
Shepherd Grown.
check us out on YouTube and the links below.
If you liked this video, be sure to check out our beekeeping courses at thehoneycompany.com. We're offering 6 full-length beekeeping courses for beginning, intermediate, and advanced beekeepers. See you there!